We're getting a little too comfy in front of this mic, and I like it.
I don't like it.
Okay. That's the intro.
I don't like it.
Episode. That's the title. There's the intro.
That's what the intro.
I'm glad you're catching on my bit. Like, that's the bit I'm doing all day today.
Oh, okay.
One, two, one.
Oh
I said 1, 2, 3, and you said
Uh-huh.
3, 2, 1.
Yeah.
Anyway, whatever. The girls are back on the couch. Raegan's back.
You're welcome. I'm just kidding.
No, thank you.
No,
Genuinely, you were missed. My
They're
dad
the
listened
captains.
to the past episode, and he listened to episode 9 and was like, not like, wow, Vic, you did a great job by yourself, learned something about you. Thanks for my shout out. No, nothing. He emailed me, subject title, we have to put this on the story so they can have a visual aid. Subject line, Raegan, spelled wrong, but he tried. Raegan. Then the message was only, where is Raegan? No question mark, nothing. And then just his email signature.
I think it's safe to say we know who Todd's favorite is on the episode.
Where is Raegan? I was like, I said on vacation. And then, yeah, I got all of the feedback. But I was like, what? Why are you emailing this to me? We're texting right now. Like, just text me. He's like, well, I was on my computer. I was like, okay. It was just so bizarre.
Oh, well, I missed you too, Todd. Don't worry.
Yeah, and she's back.
You can rest peacefully. Easy? Cool. You did great.
Thank you.
You guys can't see us, but we're sitting eye to eye right now.
Directly just looking at each other because this audio setup is wild.
We are on the couch, back in our normal habitat.
You're on that's my side. I'm on your side, you're on my side.
Whoa. This is going to be a crazy episode.
Whoa.
Wild ride. No, I'm happy to be here. Really proud of you. I got raving? What do we say?
It's rave reviews.
Rave reviews. Got that.
I feel like it could be either one. Raving reviews, raving.
Like,
whatever.
I'm raving about it, but I
Yeah.
got rave reviews.
Got it. Yeah.
Maybe just pick another term.
No, we like that one. Chloe tries to produce. We're like, no.
She's like,
I'll just see myself out.
She's like, let me bring the table over here so you can set the mic down so it doesn't sound like shit. We're like, no, Chloe. We want the girls to feel like they're on the couch with us. We want them to hear
or
us
like
talk.
in a parking garage.
That's us. We're the girls that sing in the parking garages on TikTok. That's us, but we're podcasting in your local parking garage. If you have a vacant apartment parking garage and you can give us your fob, hit us up.
Chloe has one.
Let Chloe know.
Chloe has a parking garage, is what I'm saying.
So do I.
Oh.
So does everyone who lives in an apartment.
I didn't.
Yeah, that's true. Debunk. She's like, actually, I didn't miss you at all.
Did you listen to the footage, the audio of what we think is the
Submersible?
yeah, exploding or like imploding, and then it like echoes like 13 times as it like echoes down the sea floor?
Shut up. No, I could throw up.
I know, it is
my
so
gosh.
insane. Chloe's
See,
like read all about it.
My
Don't get me started.
Yeah, okay. Well, now you guys understand how I felt about the Malaysia flight and the jokes that I got for being obsessed with that
Well,
case.
I think that's a little different though. I understand your obsession, and I understand your obsession too, Clay. The Malaysia flight is still a mystery. We know that it was just 5 billionaires that weren't the brightest crowns in the box.
yeah, you have a point.
Tragic,
But
of course.
I think
but-
the line of inquiry and the obsession with the submersible is very interesting to me because, in my opinion, it trumps the interest of the Malaysia flight.
Well, also
And
the
I'm like,
Malaysia.
why?
But because the Malaysia flight didn't happen while everybody was glued to their phones on TikTok to talk about it.
You got a point.
Smart.
Those Malaysians.
So now we're just left to a. Should have disappeared later.
Yeah, God. They should have been around the TikTok ages. They had been found by now. That's awful. Wow. Okay.
You also
Anyways.
didn't watch the documentary. How many times did you watch the documentary?
5. Yeah, it was 5.
I watched it once with you,
Yeah,
actually.
one of the 5 was with Raegan. It was always when I was drunk and we would get people back here and I'd be like, all right, sit down.
You guys want to
would
come
get
back,
people
like,
back here?
for, like, a kickback, and you're like, no, we're all watching the Malaysian.
I would like
video.
make everybody food and be like, okay, I've got some important stuff to talk about.
I brought you all here today to solve.
Now that I've got
the
you here, sit down. I've got some really important footage for us to watch. Okay, anyway, thank you for being back.
Of
I'm so
course.
happy. We're on a podcast
We
right
haven't
now.
caught up in a while, can you tell?
Like, so much has happened. You went to Florida. 5 billionaires died at the bottom of the ocean. That flight's still missing.
Busy news week.
Yeah.
Well, welcome back. This is Name 3 Players.
It's our 10th episode.
High
High five. High five, Chloe. Air 5.
Woohoo. You also couldn't see that, but I shimmied.
Shimmied.
Happy 10th episode. We made it.
We did.
You know, they say if you don't make it past your 7th episode, you're not going to make it as a podcast. So we're 3 past. We're doing great.
I think if you make it to 10, it's like the sky's the limit. You know what I mean?
It is.
It is. Okay. Anyway, we're recording. It's our 10th episode. Raegan is back. We're both in town on the couch. And here we go.
Welcome back to Name 3 Players. We're a sports podcast for the girls where we cover the hard-hitting facts.
And all the other things that we talk about.
Yes. If you don't remember, a couple weeks ago, we implemented our new little segment of our wins and losses of the week. Would you like to start, Vic?
No.
Okay.
I'd like you to start.
Perfect. Well, yeah, I'm going to start with my loss because we're going to end on a positive.
I love that.
My loss is, in a tragic turn of events this morning, I found a gray hair.
Oh, you
Sticking
did.
straight up. Walked into my bathroom, was like, what is that? Looked closer. It was glistening. And not as my normal luxurious blonde hair does. This
was a different
sucker was
glisten.
sparkly. Silver.
Silver's in.
I'm entering my silver era. So that was
What a
rough.
perfect time.
So I texted the girls immediately and I was like, hello. I found the gray hair. My life is over. To quote Jamie Lee Curtis, I look like the crypt keeper. She's like, I'm old. Like, that was live footage of me in my mirror today. Like, I'm not even 30 yet. Wait.
Yeah. Maybe you just need to like lower your cortisol levels. Make sure your stress is at a low.
Okay.
That's what, like, when your doctor's like, keep your stress low. You're like, no
How?
shit.
Bitch, I'm fighting for my life out here.
Yeah. I'm in the trenches, okay?
Oh my gosh. But my win, I would say, is twofold. I had the best time on my vacation with my family. It
Very
was
wholesome.
like truly the greatest week. We all just like loafed on the beach, didn't move a muscle for 8 hours every day. But then the other half of that is that I'm back with the girls.
Yeah.
So
Well, that's really beautiful. That inspired me. Thank you for going first. Okay, so my loss of the week is, I don't know if those listening are homeowners. No one prepares you for the weird ass shit that pops up. And I was not prepared. And just like little crazy things like your shower drain not draining and you can't just call your maintenance guy because you don't have one.
Yeah.
You're your maintenance guy. And you don't know anything about draining showers if you're me. So you have to call a plumber and you have to pay for it yourself and no one bails you out and it's just the worst. So that's a loss, but I've got a functioning shower now, so it's fine.
that's good.
No, the win, I got to be with all my friends this weekend and you were back in town and we celebrated our girl's 30th birthday and it was just so much fun and we danced our little hearts out.
To quote Chloe, we had a motherfucking blast.
We had a motherfucking blast and it truly was. It was a night to remember. Loved it.
That's good. We both have good wins.
Yeah, my win was the girlies and so was yours kind of, so.
Yeah. Well, we have a kind of, I mean, I don't know. Sports are bleak right now without anything happening now that the finals are over.
Baseball is baseballing in college.
Not anymore. It's over.
I know,
Oh.
but it like that was very relevant.
Yeah.
Which it's one of our stories.
Yes, correct. Just to recap a couple things that have happened. We haven't debriefed.
Yeah, let's
Yet.
take care of business for a second.
Let's just do our little recap segment. The draft happened.
The NBA draft.
Yes, thank you. Because actually the NHL draft is happening right now as we speak. We'll get there. But yeah, the NBA draft happened last week. Wemby, our guy, our 7'4" dude.
Did you see the infographic of the Mini Cooper and his wingspan?
Yeah. I almost made an inappropriate joke, but...
About the guy I dated that drove a Mini Cooper?
No.
That's where my head went.
But...
Yikes.
No, I was going to say, you know what they say about a big wingspan?
Big wings.
Big
Yes.
Wang.
Oh, Chloe. But no, okay. I keep opening my arms as if they're his. Honestly, my wingspan is probably one of his arms.
Yeah. So your wingspan is half a Mini Cooper.
Yeah, I'd say so. Right?
Actually, yeah, no, that's probably true.
Yeah. But then it was like an eagle. And then it was like a Mini Cooper. And I was like, what? Yeah. But the Mini Cooper cracked me up. That's why I sent that one. I was dying. But there was like a ladder and then like, an eagle, which I did not know eagles were that wide.
I did not
Their
either.
literal wingspan. Mini Cooper size.
That's like unnerving that they're like that.
Eagles can be massive.
That's terrifying.
And they can
actually.
like move very quickly.
Interesting.
Anyway,
Wemby.
back to the Mini Cooper of it all.
Jesus Christ.
He
But
had the night. He stole the show.
he did, and him like crying when he got drafted was so sweet. There was another video of him walking around the room, like where he answered the call or somewhere, and it's like when the little rascals like dress up to like act like adults.
Yeah, on top of each other. Or the one next to him and Adam Silver.
Yeah, talk about Slenderman. Man, why do I say it?
I don't know why you say it like that, but I think it's
I
funny.
think I say it like that too.
Slenderman.
Well, great day to be Wemby.
Yeah.
Couple other notable items out of the draft was first ever pair of brothers. They're twins.
Yeah.
Pair of brothers.
Brothers. The old pair of brothers.
They're twins. Were selected in the top 5 of the same draft.
Yeah.
They went in pick 4 and pick 5. There was a quote. One brother was like, I feel like we're in a divorce. All I got was the PS5. He took everything else.
Like, you can afford it. You'll be okay.
You'll be fine. My last piece on this is Grady Dick.
Looks like a dick. Yeah.
Dude. Was
so
that
bad.
a nod to Kansas? Like, you played at Kansas. It was a nod to Kansas? Oh, get fucked. You could do that any other way.
If you
Or these slippers.
aren't familiar with what we're
So
talking
wear, like,
about,
Ruby's shoes. Like
That's why
Dorothy
I wear
did.
Ruby's suit.
Well, I know. But, like, be like Dorothy and wear Ruby's shoes.
if you're not familiar with what we're talking about, we'll put a visual aid. He wore Dorothy's shoes, glittery red, but as a 3-piece suit, I believe. It was a full suit. And it was not my favorite either. I do love the paying homage to Kansas.
Sure, there's other ways to do it.
There are other ways to do it, and this was not it for me.
No, the suit was oversized. It was all like one piece. And there's no way that man or anybody on his team was like, no.
Go off, King.
Yeah, you
Yeah, that
nailed
was
it,
bad.
buddy.
You nailed it. He thought he did. You see
He
him?
sure did. I'm like, dude, no.
But it was a conversation piece, and I think that's probably what he was going for. So
Yeah.
it got us talking about him.
That's true. I regret it now. I'm just kidding.
Cut.
He just looks like a dweeb.
He looks like Machine Gun Kelly.
He looks like, what was the nerdy kid's name in Boy Meets World?
Sean?
No.
Oh, that was the
No,
hot
that was
guy.
like the hot, heartbroken guy.
Yeah.
Not like Phoebe.
Phoebus. Feeny was the teacher.
Yeah. That's what I'm
Mr.
thinking.
Beanie.
Phoebus. He looks like exactly like
No, what was his nickname? Minkus. There it is. Grady Dick looks like Minkus from Boy Meets World, and throw on that fucking suit. I wasn't that far off with Phoebus, so both of you can shut the fuck up. All right, anyway. We're getting into
Should
some
wrap this up.
goofy moves.
I know.
We've already been recording for 20 minutes.
I'm crying.
All right. So anyways, go everybody that was drafted. Woohoo. Next topic of basketball news. The Nuggets celebration ended up being wild.
Yes.
And Jokic actually was happy to be there.
It's like they listened to the podcast and they're like, we got to amp it up for the girls. It was so cute.
He was having so much fun. And whenever he went up to the parade, he was like, I know I said I didn't want to be on parade. He's
Your
like,
voice. Oh my God.
He was like, I want to stay on parade.
I want to stay on parade. Yes, parade good. Horse weight. Horses Roman pasture. Little longer. Jokic party.
Parade good. Horse weight. Jokic party.
Horse weight.
Parade good. Horse weight. Jokic happy.
Jokic party.
All right, so Jokic had a great time.
Jokic is back with his horses, but he had a celebration first.
My notes for this was Jokic was actually happy to be there. Jamal Murray's hot, and their coach is wild.
That's really good notes. That pretty much sums it up. Yeah.
Jamal Murray smoking a cigar ruined my life. But their coach went nuts. Like, people are mad at, like, our players for being drunk on the parade. That guy took the mic for, like, 20 minutes.
Yes.
And
it was just, I love, there's nothing more, like, that's what sports are all about to me.
Yeah.
Like, that joy, it's insurmountable, and I love it.
Yeah,
I
no,
love
it
watching
was,
it.
he said a bunch of nonsense, but I guess I would too if I was drinking with the entire city of Denver.
Yeah.
But he was just happy to be there.
He was.
So happy for the Nuggets. I just had to recap that. I'm so glad we did.
Yeah. Loved that.
All right. Couple other updates real quick is Deion Sanders. We talked about him in our first episode. Head football coach at the University of Colorado. He had emergency surgery for a blood clot in his leg, and there's like a chance of amputation. So
Yeah, be praying for him.
T's and P's.
Yeah.
T's and P's.
It's like I read he has history in his family. Like his uncle died of this very similar causes. So it's definitely scary.
He's had to get amputations before. Like he's had a couple toes amputated from something like this.
Yeah.
I think.
Blood
or
clots.
an injury.
Well, I think
So-
it all goes back to that, like the arteries and things like that. I'm not a doctor, but it sounds serious.
It does. So, thoughts and prayers.
Yeah.
And last little bit, a little update on, well, not much of an update on PGA versus Live, or not versus anymore.
Nope.
They are one.
PGA X Live collab.
There's really
combined.
not a lot of details ironed out yet, but the PGA did come out and said that players will be involved moving forward, whatever that means. But this is interesting that the head of Live with the Saudi money guy, Greg Norman, the CEO, and then Monahan, the manager of PGA, they all have to go testify at a Senate panel on July 11th. So could be interesting. But if the deal doesn't complete by December 31st, then it could all just collapse.
That's what I was reading, because the agreement leaked, right? And so
Oh, I didn't hear that.
Yeah, the agreement leaked, and people are just tearing it all apart. So
Interesting.
I mean, that's the People's Court saying that. I don't think there's been any legal
The People's
counsel. Yeah.
Nice.
But yeah, that's what we know about the Live PGA. Pretty much nothing, which is what everyone else knows.
Yeah.
All speculation at this point.
Again, pretty much like everybody else. Mm-hmm. All right. Well, that's our little recap. What we may have missed while I was on vacation and Vic was holding down the fort. But yeah, anything else to add? Anything else we missed?
No, I'm ready for the stories. Well,
Cool. We'll take us on into it with our ad.
first sponsor of the 10th episode, Jet Athletics. Jet Athletics is an on-demand fitness platform that fits in your carry-on. Whether you have 10 minutes or 50, no equipment, or access to a full gym, Jet Athletics provides an all-inclusive getaway to the movement of your choice. I personally love it when traveling. We travel pretty frequently, And it's just so easy that you can throw it on your phone, iPad, computer, whatever. You can be in your hotel room. If the gym in your hotel sucks, if you're traveling in an Airbnb, staying somewhere, it's just super easy. There's no excuses. If you only have 15 minutes, that's fine. There's 75-ish classes on the platform, and they're adding new ones like every week. You also can follow their Instagram for their live events. We love those as well. If you're in Kansas City or Boston or somewhere in between, I know they're having different events this summer, so make sure you give them a follow. And then you can use our code, name3players, all spelled out, at checkout for 15% off your first month of the on-demand membership.
Yeah, do it.
Do it.
Kick your little booty. Okay. So our first story is breaking news today. As of Wednesday, the NFL is expected to suspend multiple NFL players this week in violation of their gambling policy. So as of today, the Indianapolis Colts cornerback Isaiah Rodgers, and among others, but is expected to receive a season-long suspension for violating the policy, according to Adam Schefter. So this guy, Rodgers, bet on his own team.
Yeah.
Placed bets on the Colts like a dumbass. And he got caught. So that's insane. Why would you do that? He said that on social media earlier this month, he said he takes full responsibility.
It's interesting to me because, like, the Calvin Ridley of it all last year, it's like, how did we not learn from this?
I don't
know. Or
know.
did you just think you were going to get away with it, you know?
I think that's what it is because, which we'll cover here in a sec, but there's, like, rules and, like, and ways that they think they can get around it, but there's, like, rules in place in the NFL that, like, you can't have other people place your bets for you, or, like,
Right.
you can't give people inside information.
And that's what happened to Calvin Ridley, right?
I think
sure.
so. Yeah. But this comes after, like, earlier this year, 4 Detroit Lions players and 1 Washington one Washington
canceled.
Earlier this year, 4 Detroit Lions players and 1 Washington Commanders player were suspended for violations. I think 2 of the 4 Lions players were released from the team, so they're, like, done. But it's just dumb. Like, you already have enough money. Why do you need to bet and make more money on your own career? Like, knowing that this could happen to you.
Right.
So, to kind of crack down on it, the NFL is, like, reinforcing the policy. All rookies are required to take mandatory education sessions. And league officials are going to, like, from team to team to clarify the rules.
Yeah, you can't. But that's what's so funny. It's like, no, the rules are very clear. They're just
Very clear.
choosing. This guy, I think in his statement, he said he had an acquaintance, which is such a funny term.
Cool.
An acquaintance places bets.
Your bookie.
He takes
Sick.
full responsibility. Whatever. So it's like the rules are rules. Like, it's just that they're not following them.
Right.
So I think the season-long suspension, I like that it's not a slap on the wrist. It's saying, like, hey, you can't do that. But, like, clearly they're just not listening.
Right.
So I don't think the rules being laid out clearly is the issue.
Yeah. And there's only 6 key rules, and they're literally so straightforward. Don't bet on the NFL. Don't gamble at your team. Don't bet on the NFL. That encompasses everything. So, like, Isaiah Rodgers, don't bet on your team, the other team, your opponent, none of it. Mm-hmm. Don't bet on the NFL. Don't gamble at your team facility while traveling for a road game or while staying in a team hotel. Don't have somebody bet for you, your acquaintance. Don't share team inside information. Don't enter a sportsbook during the NFL season. And don't play daily fantasy football. Can you imagine? Being like, what's my fantasy football team doing this week? Oh, I'll put myself in the game and ha ha ha.
Yeah, or, I mean, and you're also going to have, like, inside, like what they just said, insider information on who's playing, who's injured, what's going on.
Right.
So, silly.
Like, just don't be dumb. And they don't even need 6. They just need 1. Don't bet on the NFL.
Yeah. Don't be dumb.
That should
Don't
be
be
it.
dumb. Don't be ignorant. Don't be too ballsy. Just play football.
Yeah. So, sucks for all of those players.
Well, now he can bet. He's suspended.
They can bet on any other sport.
Right.
Yeah.
Just not the one they
So,
play.
like,
You can bet on the
just to
XFL.
further the confusion, like, what are you doing?
Yeah. Wild. So, anyways, sucks for them. But, again, don't be dumb.
Yeah.
Maybe they also listened to our episode and was like, huh, this sports betting seems kind of cool.
Yeah, they're like, they explained it so well. Maybe I'll
I'm going to take the over.
take a gamble.
All right, anyway. Moving on to our next story. I mean, it's a little bit of bad news bears for the Jets, not the Bears.
That would have been good.
I know.
Bad news, Jets.
It's rumored that the New York Jets and Aaron Rodgers are reluctantly preparing for their appearance on this season of Hard Knocks. And if you don't know what Hard Knocks is, it's a preseason show, like a reality show that's on HBO. And it's known for showcasing younger teams or teams that just otherwise weren't great in the previous season. So it's not really, like, you don't want to be on it, I guess.
Right.
And the Jets, like, publicly displayed disinterest in, like, being on it. They're like, we don't want to be a part of it.
The intention when they made Hard Knocks wasn't that no one wanted to be on it. It was actually the opposite. But what has now kind of became the thing is that you don't want to be on it, because the criteria in order to be on Hard Knocks is that, Chloe, you might have to fact check this, I don't know.
Their formula, their team doesn't have to be on the show if any of the 3 rules below apply for them. They have a first-year head coach in place. They have a playoff berth in the last 2 seasons, and they have appeared in Hard Knocks in the last 10 years.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Okay, yeah. Which is interesting because the NFL has been having such a hard time trying to get teams to be like, sure, we'll do it, that they were going to resort to having the Lions be on it for a second season because they were on it last year.
Right.
So that's, like, crazy that Rodgers went to the Jets and now they're like...
I think that's the best bet. If I'm the producer of Hard Knocks, that's who I want to be on, is Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah. I mean, he would make great TV.
So the people or the teams that do meet the qualifications are the Chicago Bears, the New Orleans Saints, the Washington Commanders. Why does that keep fucking us up?
I don't know.
The Washington Commanders and the New York Jets. All of them have made statements that they don't want it, which it does, like, as a business model, it doesn't really make sense, because it's like, yeah, we are working really hard to not be one of the teams that meet this criteria.
Yeah.
So we don't want this as a distraction in our facilities. Like, all the statements from the coaches and or the players on these teams against the Hard Knocks of it all, they're basically saying this is a distraction. Mm-hmm. We're here for football. We're trying to be better, and we don't want these TVs and this whole reality TV show to distract us from that, which makes perfect sense. And if I'm a head coach of a losing football team, I don't want you either.
Right, yeah. But, I mean, Aaron Rodgers is probably secretively like, cool, I'm going to make all of them do a Darkness Retreat on TV.
Yes, that's the Le Batard show. They were talking about it, and basically that's what they were saying. Like, he loves attention. He loves talking about his, like, eye-opening experiences. So give him a reality TV show.
Yeah.
100% that makes sense.
Well,
I genuinely would be intrigued to see Aaron Rodgers on reality TV.
Yeah.
To talk shit on him, probably. But,
Yeah.
like, it would just be entertaining.
he kind of seems like he's, like, kind of finding his own up there, though. So, go Aaron Rodgers. Good for you. You're secretively really happy. But I'm sure that nobody else is, so.
I will be interested to see how long Hard Knocks continues, because it's kind of turned into, like, the losers show.
I feel like if they wanted to continue, they're going to have to do a little, like, rebrand and restructure of what it looks like.
And maybe, like, the NFL having, like, the criteria is going to have to change.
Yeah. Like, maybe start focusing on, like, the Super Bowl winners.
Yeah,
or,
which
like,
they're not going to have that. They're not going to allow that either, though.
No.
So I don't know if it's just, like, a random draw.
It might honestly just have
Put
to
it
be
on
that.
some ping pong balls and put it in that weird machine, and that's the Hard Knocks of it all.
Play a game of Plinko.
Yeah.
All right. Well, on to our third story. Oh my God, time flies when we're having so much fun.
So much fun.
That laughing fit really just took it out of me. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I feel like I just went through the ringer of fun. God. Okay, well, our last story is a feel-good story. The ESPY Awards are coming up, and today, Wednesday, ESPN released the recipients of their, like, honors awards. So up first, we have the Buffalo Bills' entire training staff is receiving the 2023 Pat Tillman Award for Service, presented by Mass Mutual, obviously for their life-saving, like, service for Damar Hamlin. Without that entire staff, he may have had a different outcome. So for a team like that to do that on national television, obviously on a whim, very unexpected, saved his life to get him to the hospital. Like,
Yeah.
and then they've obviously like continued to work with him. He's been cleared to play, so
Very deserving of that
yeah,
award.
they know what they're doing up there, for sure. So.
Chills.
Then next up is the Chicago White Sox pitcher and cancer survivor Liam Hendriks will receive the Jimmy V Award for perseverance as a symbol of strength in fighting for, I think he had non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. So, I think he's in remission or he's healthy. He's back playing. In his first game back, he threw like 16 strikes.
That's amazing.
So he's getting the Jimmy V Award. Hopefully his speech can live up to that.
Yeah, we were talking about this when we were reading it. And if you have never listened to Jimmy V himself, because he won, like that speech in 1993, he won the, what's it called? He won the Arthur Ashe Award, and he made this speech, and he was dying of cancer when he made the speech, and it was, I think, in 1993, I'm pretty sure. And the speech is absolutely incredible.
Yeah.
I would definitely recommend if you want to cry and also it's just so feel good. Mm-hmm. I would watch that. And I think that's so interesting because he won the Arthur Ashe, and then now there's the Jimmy V Award.
Yeah. And then finally, the U.S. women's national team is receiving the Arthur Ashe Award for courage because in 2022, they reached a historic agreement that split men's and women's pay 50-50, set a new global standard, and got equal pay for women athletes.
Yeah, that one's awesome.
Yeah, so good for them. That's going to be really cool. I can't wait to watch them, like, accept that.
Yeah. The Arthur Ashe Courage Award, it's like you're changing not only the world of sports, but you're changing the world.
Right.
And, like, setting a precedent. And I think that's a perfect example of that.
Yeah, definitely.
I can't wait to see that, too.
I know.
And also, like, right before they go into, like, the Women's World Cup, too. It's just, like,
Yeah.
win after win.
Win
For the world. One giant step for mankind. What is it? I don't know.
One small step for man.
One
giant step for mankind.
All right, that doesn't make any sense.
One small step for
man.
woman.
One big step for womankind.
One giant leap.
Yeah.
One giant leap for womankind. We killed that. That was really good.
Good job. Good work,
Collective.
History.
Woohoo.
Wow.
All right. Well, that wraps up our 3 stories of the week. Before we get into the second half of our episode, we've got another sponsor.
Okay. Replenish after a long weekend with a stick of Waterboy. Formulated with electrolytes and vitamins, this hydrating drink mix... Guys, stop. This hydrating drink mix helps reduce nausea and fatigue and helps you chill out
After a weekend out.
Perfect. Each stick of Waterboy is vegan, has 0 sugar, and includes 3 times electrolytes and vitamins than its competitors. The original Weekend Recovery is available in strawberry lemonade, blue raspberry, and fruit punch flavors, with the newest Athletic Recovery and lemon lime. So whether it's from working out or going out, reach for Waterboy. You can use code NAME3PLAYERS for 15% off your order. And that's all spelled out.
Woo!
I feel good. Na, 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 na.
Okay, so for our fits of the week, we're covering Paris Fashion Week because the athletes showed up and they showed out, man.
Yes. And there was so many. We were talking about it for the past couple days, and we were like, this is our fit of the week.
Yeah.
We're going to pick our winners. Each have one, which was hard to narrow it down.
It was really hard.
But you go first.
Mine is Shaq Harrison from the LA Lakers. I talked about him in our first episode for his like walkout fits for the playoffs, but that motherfucker don't miss.
He does not. He does not.
But his fits are incredible. He's a hometown kid, so like seeing him at Paris Fashion Week like is just so insane and so exciting. He's styled by Justin Hurt, who's also a hometown kid, so they're just killing it over there. I couldn't narrow it down to just one look though. Narrowed it down to one person, but couldn't narrow it down to just one. So I chose 3. One's a twofer. He just took his jacket off, but the fit underneath was not even better, honestly, but like just as great.
Yeah.
So we'll post all 3 of his looks on our story. Tag the designers, tag Shaq and Justin. If you don't already, I would follow them because Justin's looks are...
Justin Hurt.
Yeah.
We'll put his Instagram in there too.
Yeah. Shaq,
You
Justin,
got it.
keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah. Okay, mine I also couldn't narrow it down to one look, but I did narrow it down to two. We'll put them there. But my win of Paris Fashion Week is JJJ, Jaren Jackson Jr. There were, like I said, there were a few that I absolutely loved. He had this kind of like denim chambray jacket and shorts with a white tee look. Loved that one. Then there's another like orange and red pinstripe. It looks to be a wool set. Absolutely stunning.
Yeah.
He really showed out. And as Raegan pointed out, his ankles are showing in both of these.
Free the ankles.
And you don't know this about me, but something about men in sneakers wearing like no-show socks, it's just not it for me. Like, I don't want to see your ankles. I like a crew sock. Even like scrunched down is fine, but if you're gonna wear sneakers, please wear socks. Please wear appropriate socks. This man is on the verge of undoing that rule for me because his ankles be out in both of these photos, and I have no complaints. So,
okay.
JJJ undoing the ankle rule for VG.
Groundbreaking, Triple J. Keep doing what you're doing.
You don't know what you did, JJJ.
It's like in Devil Wears Prada, just like groundbreaking.
Groundbreaking. Florals for spring. Groundbreaking.
All right. Well, Paris Fashion Week, incredible. So.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that takes us to our breakdown. And our breakdown is for the girls, where we do just that.
We break it down. And sometimes we'll be learning with you. Sometimes we'll know everything there is to know about that. That's actually not true. We probably never will know everything there is to know about the topic. But we will either be in raw dogging it, learning it with you, or we'll be informing you. Today, Raegan will be informing me because it is about the College World Series.
Yeah. And we're not getting too into the nitty gritty. It's just, it's timely. It just ended.
Right. I know who won. I know who didn't win.
Okay.
And I know that it is not exactly like the regular World Series.
Correct. But yeah, the College World Series takes place in June every year. It's last 2 weeks.
In Omaha, Nebraska, right here in the middle of the map.
Nuts, honestly. I think it's so wild. Omaha, Nebraska, huge weekend. Everybody, if you're local to the area, goes, and like it's just a big drunk fest, lots of fun. The playoffs technically start in May, where all 64 teams enter, and then the 8 best teams make it to the College World Series. Obviously, like the first couple rounds are like the first week, and then the finals, like the actual championship series, is best of 3. That starts on a Friday, with a day of rest in between, and then Sunday, Monday, the games are played.
How do 3 teams play in a...
No. Like, 2 teams make it to the finals, and it's best of 3. There's only 3.
7.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yes.
what?
Because in the real World Series, I'm sorry, they're both real. In the MLB World Series, they play 7, best of 7 games.
I knew that.
Okay, yeah. So this is just best of 3. It's shorter, because nobody wants that.
Still
much
2
baseball.
teams, best of 3.
Correct.
Got it.
So this year, LSU won. They won their 7th title in school history. 2nd title this year, though. Shout out to the girls' basketball team.
Yeah. And they won in Jello shots. I know that.
Yeah.
Are we going to talk about that?
Yeah.
Okay.
LSU fans made history by purchasing over $300,000.
Can we talk about how you make that many Jello shots? That was, okay, very cool for them. Love the fact that this bar is donating it to a charity. Stunning. All of that information is incredible. My first thought was, how the fuck is this bar making that many Jello shots?
Yeah. No,
Is there like a volunteer line?
Well,
is there a group that like comes in the morning? Like, I need to know.
I'm sure they probably like.
I wish we could have before. I should have asked this, and we like called them and asked.
Crazy.
And that was over 50,000 Jello shots. So like that's a lot of money, but that's a lot of Jello shots.
Lots of Jello shots. They have a scoreboard though, which
I would like to see the Jello shots too. Like, are they regular Jello shots?
Yeah, they're in the little like ramekin things. Because it's like an ongoing competition. Like, they know going into it that there's like a record being set. Because you showed me that scoreboard.
Yeah, the tweet that I favorited.
Yeah, we'll show that too.
I feel also, I just have a lot of questions.
Yeah.
Just in general, like how that works. How do they get that many people in their bar? What does this bar look like?
I'm sure everybody was hammered because they had to all drink 50,000 Jello shots.
That's what I'm saying. 50,000?
30,000?
In Omaha, Nebraska?
That's all I've been thinking this whole time.
30,000?
Yeah, so good on them. Our girl Kim Mulkey was there.
Yes, she was.
She was there.
I
in
hope
the
she had
suite.
at least 10 Jello shots.
Oh, I meant at the game. She was at the championship game. But I'm sure she was there
That's
having
what I'm
some
saying.
Jello shots.
I hope she went and supported and had some Jello shots.
The clip they showed of her, like, she looked like she was, like, talking some serious shit to some
Oh,
guy.
I bet.
I was like, I want to hang out with you.
I want to hang out with her so bad.
And then there's also, they played Florida in the finals, and there's a crazy rumor going around. I think it's been debunked. It was started by a guy from Barstool.
Wait, the
Florida
thing?
Yeah, so a guy from Barstool.
That's not a rumor.
It is in a sense. Here, let me explain.
Okay.
So the guy from Barstool came out and was like, I've never heard this crazy rumor about the Florida head baseball coach that he was having an affair
With the wife.
and the wife's husband found out and like killed his kids.
The Bat Boys.
Himself and the kids.
Yeah, it was a Bat Boy.
Bat Boy's mom.
Yeah.
But that, like, that's not the relation. Like, this woman, she was married to the man that did that, but it's not because they were having an affair.
That's a horrible rumor then.
Yeah. So people are like, Barstool, what the fuck? And actually, I went to, like, confirm it today to see if it's actually true. And, like, one of the first things that comes up is the link to the Barstool article, but then you click on it, and it has, like, the 404 error on it.
Like,
so they,
you
like, took it
deleted
down.
it?
Yeah. So, crazy.
Why, I just don't understand why, like, you would even post that. Like, somebody lost their...
Without actually knowing the facts.
Yeah, that makes me sad.
Yeah,
I don't like
so
that.
not true. But anyway, so that's the College World Series.
Yeah.
Congrats to LSU.
That broke it down for me. Very much. The Jello shots is really what I wanted to talk about, and we got to talk about it, so.
Good. And I'll have an answer for you next week. All right. Well, gals, speaking of baseball, we're talking about our walk-up songs of the week.
Woo!
You see that transition there?
That was stunning.
It's like I'm a professional podcaster or something.
I think 10 episodes makes you one.
Truly.
I read that somewhere statistically.
Cool. All right. Well, my walk-up song of the week is...
Do you want to sing it for us? I feel like you should.
No, not really. I don't really know the words. It's just Future going like dun, dun, dun.
That sounds pretty much like
That was it.
That was it.
Spot on.
But my song of the week is an old song. It came on at the gym the other day, and I was like, hold the fucking phone. Like, I had to stop what I was doing and just be like, fuck yeah. But it's, and people are going to hear it and be like, Raegan. But it got me going that day. But it's Bring It Out by DJ Esco, OT, Genasis, and Future. Banger. What's yours?
The way she says it. What's yours? Beat that.
Impossible.
Mine is Let's Talk About It by Aminé and KAYTRANADA. It's on their little duo album, and it's fire. I'm not going to sing it for you, but it's good.
That's sad. I don't think I've ever heard it, so.
Well, it's on the playlist, so you can listen to it now.
Well, good. Everybody can listen to it on the playlist.
You can. It's walk-up songs. It's on the Name 3 Players Spotify, not the podcast channel. There are two different things. It's a Spotify channel.
Mm-hmm.
And you can listen along with us to all of our songs.
Yeah. All of our walk-up songs for the last 10 weeks, because it's our
Woo!
10th episode, are on there. And they're all over the place.
Yeah.
So it gets every little mood you may be in.
We will say it is banger after banger, but those bangers fluctuate in genre.
Uh-huh.
So
If anything, we're diverse.
yes.
All right. Well, sister.
Do we want to do the bet thing, or do we want to say that for a different time? Bet.
Oh, we're gonna do it.
Oh, girls, the time has come. You, as well as I, are all learning of my punishment for the finals bet together. I'm terrified.
Yeah, you should be. So
Oh my God.
I'm gonna read. This is what we're gonna do. Chloe and I talked about this behind your back. So
sick. My worst nightmare.
we are going to
We're just
give
laughing,
you.
giggling, having a great time behind your back.
We've collected them from the girls. We've also come up with a couple of our own, and we have put them together. And we're going to give you options. And then
Thank you.
And then you can choose them. Oh, they're all awful. Okay, so these are your options. But you have to, you can't think and deliberate. You have to decide live right now.
Oh, fuck. This is like the lottery.
Yeah.
The draft
Put 'em on a
lottery.
ping pong ball. Okay. Are you ready? Can I get a
don't
drum roll,
know.
please? Thank you. It was a stunning drum roll. You guys are great. Are you ready?
Oh no.
Must carry a jar of pickles with you.
Oh, done.
To every bar and slash party, which when do we go to parties? Every bar
All the
slash
time.
party and offer them out
Okay.
for a whole evening.
Okay. You did that one, Lindsay. I like that one. All right.
Okay.
Starting-
So there's
starting
that
strong.
one. I think that's incredible. So if you choose that, I will not be disappointed. So must carry a jar of pickles with you to every bar and offer them out.
Okay.
Order cottage cheese everywhere we go for 2 weeks.
You said this one already.
I know,
and I
it's
was
so
like,
good.
It's on the list.
yeah, but we talked about the logistics of it, and like, we're not, if we're at like, say, Mean Mule, I'm not going to be like, hey, Thomas, can I have a cup of cottage cheese?
But that's the funny
That's
part.
the bit.
Oh, okay. All right, cool. All right. That's not terrible either.
Okay.
You guys are soft.
Order cottage cheese everywhere we go for 2 weeks.
Okay.
Tap shoes to the bar only once.
I'd have to break out my own tap shoes.
Yes, you would.
Do I have to do a dance or just like walk around in tap shoes?
Yes.
You have to do a dance,
All right,
obviously.
I'm not doing that one. I don't want to show these motherfuckers up, is what I'm saying. I get on the tin roof stage.
yes.
Is this thing on?
Okay, wear something silly on a date with a guy of our choosing. Bike helmet, elbow knee pads, winter boots, fedora. Oh, I forgot about the fedora. Fedora, dog collar as
All
a
of that
necklace,
together?
etc.
No,
No,
just
something
pick
we
one.
choose. But we also were going on the date, but you
Oh,
don't know that.
absolutely
He
not.
doesn't know we're there, but we're just watching you go on a date in a fedora.
I would not be able to hold it together. Like, it's like these
I would
are
walk by, the
hilarious.
guy doesn't know who I am. I would walk by and be like, oh my god, your hat is fedorable. Chloe, I didn't read this one.
Oh no.
Oh no.
We've been recording for almost an
Read
hour
a
now.
book at the bar on a really busy night out for at least an hour. Ignore people that try to talk to you and say you're into what's happening and you just have to finish this chapter.
That's fucking funny. Here's okay.
I'm picturing you at like King G on a Saturday. And you're like, I'm sorry.
I have to finish this chapter. I kind of want to do that. I haven't chosen yet officially, but I think I kind of want to do that.
You want to do the book?
Hold on, after I finish this chapter.
It's the Bible. You're like, what happens at the end?
No, I'm like, hold on. Have you seen how this ends? Does he die?
Does he come back to life? Like, what's the deal?
Oh, he hasn't come back yet. Oh, we're waiting on that. Still?
Like, what is this thing written? So, what do you have it narrowed down to?
The cottage cheese, the pickles, or the book. The book is 100% the funniest one.
You're gonna make.
Oh my god. All right.
The book.
I'll do the book.
Okay, so in conclusion, Raegan has decided that she's going to read a book at the bar of our choosing on a really busy night out for at least an hour. She's going to ignore people that try to talk to her. If they say, hey, I need to get through here to order a drink, whatever, she's just going to continue reading. The only thing she can say is, I just have to finish this chapter. Asterisk on this, we get to pick the book. You won't know until that night. What the
It's
book
going to
is.
be like The Care and Keeping of You by American Girl or something.
No, I have a really good one.
All right. All
Okay.
right. Fine. My social suicide begins at the start of this bed. That's so cool.
Dang, I don't want to go out of town now.
right.
Okay.
Well, that's that on that. Can't wait. That wraps up not another. This
Our
isn't just any old
10th
episode. Yeah. So
Ugh.
just happy to be here. You know what?
Next
10 weeks, girly pops.
10 weeks, we did it. Next week will be another solo episode, but you'll be hearing from Raegan.
I know you're all waiting on pins and needles. for
I
that.
am. We will do another question box where you can submit all your questions on Instagram, comment them, DM them to us, all your hard-hitting questions, and then Raegan will have to answer all
Answer
of them.
Cannot wait.
I truly can't wait. I have some fun ones in my head.
Oh, cool. Okay.
All right, that is the end of episode 10. If you've been listening from the beginning, thank you so much.
Yeah.
As we always say, we are learning, growing, evolving. And next week is the 11th episode.
We release new episodes every Friday. You can find us at Name3Players across all social media, on Spotify, iHeart, Amazon, and YouTube. Even though we're audio only, get those views up, please.
Stay hydrated, drink your water, boy, sweat a little, do your jet workouts, and
have a weekend for the girls. Bye.
Bye.